Dear Diary. Or should I say, Dear YouTube? It has been quite some time since I have posted here on YouTube. I guess you could say life has definitely been life, and that is for sure. But in the time that I have been away, there have been so many things that have happened in my life, and I had this thought of what life could look like if I was to share my journey and my life experiences with you, with hopes that there would be something that I would say, an experience that I have expressed, feelings that I have felt that somehow possibly you could resonate with. So many things have happened over the past year, and it has been great. Some things have been good, some things not so much. One of the most exciting things has been that I challenged myself to participate in a 5K, which I did earlier this year, and it was such an experience. I actually started off with wanting to just get in better health. The doctor had said my blood pressure had been up. As I'm getting a little older, the body starts to change, and with that, we just have to take care of ourselves better. So I was in this space of feeling like, you know what, I'm not really happy with how I'm feeling, how my clothes look on me. I don't feel as confident. So I said, you know what, Tanisha, it's time to get in shape. So I started walking, and I started off with, 15, 20 minutes. That led up to 30 to 45 to an hour. So every day for about 3 or 4 months, I started walking consistently 2 to 3 miles a day. With that, I lost 13 pounds, which I'm so excited about, and it's just the beginning of my journey. But in that, I had a friend that said, T, you know what? You want to run a 5K? And I'm like, who, me run? No. Running is not what I like to do. But I said, you know what? I'm going to challenge myself, and I'm going to incorporate it with my walking. And that's what I did. I started off with slow paces. And that's what I did. I started off with slow paces, and, I started to increase. With that, on the day of the race, I did not run the entire way. Absolutely did not. That is for a future challenge. But I did, I ran a lot more than I have ever ran in any 5K that I have ever done. Most 5Ks, I generally just walk. This one, I actually pressed myself, and I did run. Kind of did intervals during this 5K. So I started off maybe walking 2 or 3 minutes, and then I did a light jog for about 60 to 90 seconds, and I did that majority of the way. Now that last mile, honey, it almost took me out. I just wanted to quit. But I was so happy that I actually ran during the race. It was just such a good feeling, and it was more than just physical. It was emotional, it was mental, it was a spiritual journey for me, because it put me in a space of like building up my confidence. Like, Tanisha, you did that, girl. Like, you actually did something that you never thought that you would be able to do. It's more than just physical for me, a physical challenge. It was also mental, because there were times when I wanted to quit. I wanted to be like, yeah, no, I'm out. But it was in me to keep pushing myself. Like, no, T, you got it. You almost there. You almost at the finish line. Even if you have to walk 5 minutes, as long as you cross that finish line, you done it. So I actually finished in about 50 minutes, which my goal was 45 minutes. So I was a little bit, I don't want to say disappointed, but I was just a little bit off my goal. But I do plan to run again next year, and with hopes of finishing in my goal of 45 minutes or less. So in that, it has just been such an experience. I've consistently tried to keep walking. With that, again, I have lost weight. My clothes are fitting a little better, so that means I'm feeling a little better. So it's just been an amazing journey along the way. Something else that has happened that I'll be a little bit more vulnerable about. I was in a long distance relationship, which I thought was a very promising. Things started out very, very well. So in the course of me dating this person, long distance, I purchased a investment property. It's so amazing how God aligns things. Sometimes you feel like you are there for one reason and God shows you it's a totally different reason. It's so amazing because I had sold an investment property some years ago, and I had been asking God if it was a path that I should continue on, because I was over being a landlord. I had been a landlord for about 18 years, and I was just over it. So I took a break for a couple of years, and in that time I had been praying, God, if this is something that's meant for me to do, show me the signs. So I just started kind of researching different states that were very promising for rental property, because I just didn't want to invest in Chicago anymore. I love my city, but I just wanted to move on to different territories. And just to see, what it would be like to actually invest in another city. So in my research, Ohio kept coming up. In my mind, Ohio was the last place on my mind, Dayton in particular. And so I just kept it in the back of my mind. But every time I researched, that was just a city that just kept coming up as a good area to invest in. Again, put that back in my mental Rolodex. And then I meet this person. Again, things were very promising the first 8 months, and things abruptly ended. The craziest thing is, before things ended, in a quiet moment with me and God, I said a prayer that I always say very regularly. God, if there is anything, anyone, or any place that is not in alignment with my life, I just ask that you remove it. Now, sometimes when we pray certain things, we don't think that God will answer as quickly. I prayed that prayer, and not too long after, things abruptly ended with me and this person. Yes, I was confused. I was hurt. It was just a mix of emotions because it just came out of left field. Did not know why things happened the way they did. But as time went on, and me being in prayer, God said, I have something else for you to do. And in order for you to do that, you cannot have any distractions. You cannot have anything in your space that is not in alignment with what I have for you to do. Everything happens for a reason, and again, though there was some disappointment that things ended, it actually turned out to be a great part of my story. And little does that person know, I thank them for doing what they did. In some cases, we would love for things to turn out a certain way, but God always has another plan. And thankfully, I prayed that prayer. It's a disappointment that things happened the way they did, but everything happens for a reason. I believe God aligns things perfectly and according to his will. And that was just another chapter of my life. And I'm so grateful for the good times that I did have with that person. But it was also a learning lesson. Not too long after that situation ended, maybe about a month after, me moving and navigating through my emotions and me in prayer, because I'm always in prayer. I think I pray pretty much I want to say all day, every day, but God is definitely hearing from me throughout the day. every single day. During this time, I heard God tell me it is time for you to finish your book. Now, I have been writing for a very long time, like I said, and I have been writing off and on for years, always wondering, what am I supposed to do with this? I knew that I wanted to write a book. It was a goal. It's been 20 plus years. But in that time, I felt like God said, you need to live a little bit more. You need to take in some more life experiences before you could finish this book. And during this time of prayer, God confirmed it. It was time. So, exciting news, I recently finished my book, and it is titled Butterfly Effect, and it will be released very, very soon, and I'm so excited about it. That's pretty much a lot of what's been going on in my life the past year. I'm excited about 2025 and what God has for my life. I hope that you continue to join me on my journey. It's going to be a lot of laughs, a lot of tears, a lot of laughs, a lot of tears. I am so excited to see where God is taking me the next 365 days. I'm so excited, and I hope that you join me because I want to share this experience with you, and I hope that you are inspired and encouraged, and I can't wait to see. I have so much love to give, and I'm just so excited to see what God has for me and for you in the next 365 days. So like and subscribe.